All right, I've got Matt Bailey and Jimmy Jones here, and they are both involved with the National Guard and have experience in the military, and they're just going to tell us a little bit about that experience and give you some information on that career path. So thank you both for joining us. So Matt, tell us just a little bit about your background first.
I graduated from Princeton High School in 1997. From there I went to the Marine Corps. I stayed 4 years in the Marines, and when I got out in 2001, I joined the West Virginia National Guard, and eventually ended up in Iraq in 2004. So, and then I got out of the National Guard in 2008.
Okay, and Jimmy, give us a little background about your experience as well.
Well, I graduated from Oakville High School in 1982, and I joined the U.S. Army, and through 1985, I'll get all this right here, and at that point I got out of the Army and I joined Concord College, enrolled there, as well as getting in the West Virginia Army National Guard, and I stayed 20 years in the National Guard with them and retired in 2001, I believe.
Okay, so both of you very experienced in the military. So talk to our students just a little bit about some of the options they have after high school, like if they're interested in that path. I know that there's opportunities for them educationally, also with the military, and different paths that they could take. So if they wanted to do something with the National Guard, what are those steps they would do, and like what are some of the options they have?
Well, I can say you have to meet with one of the recruiters with the National Guard, and they will look at your, the ASVAB score is very important. I think the school, I do teach in the high school system in Mercer County, and I think the students kind of take that test a little, you know, they don't put as much effort into it as they should, because as in my case, I never did think I was going to go in the military, and 2 weeks after high school I decided to go into the military, and that test is important as far as the jobs that you get offered in the military. The higher your score, the better, more technical, or you know, just your job field is more wide open.
Because you can actually get your college paid for through the military, right?
Yes, you can. I did. I got mine paid from both the federal government and the state where I was in the National Guard. So I had money coming in from both sides. So that was very beneficial to me, because I didn't really have it to pay at the time, you know, without taking out a bunch of loans, and I didn't have to do that.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you can actually retire from the National Guard, right? Like you can
Yes, you
work there for...
You can do at least 20 years to, and they will combine both active duty and the National Guard duty. Time counts towards your retirement, and so 20 years is the minimum to retire, and you can go on up. I've known some 35 and 40 years that retired.
So it's a great option for young men and women. Matt, just tell us, in your experience, I know there were a lot of challenges. Tell the students, like, what are some of the challenges they can expect if they decide to go this route?
So it depends on a lot of, each branch is different. You know, with me, for example, the Marine Corps, they'd be looking at 13 weeks at Parris Island, South Carolina, which is a challenge in itself, especially the weather and the mental aspect of it, physical aspect of it. The Army, of course, they have several different areas that they can go to as far as boot camps and so forth. And then, of course, Navy and Air Force as well. Each of them, obviously, present its own little challenges. You know, my experience, like I said, you know, Marine Corps was pretty challenging. And then, you know, just not knowing, especially if you go active duty, you're not going to be here. You're going to be stationed somewhere else. You could be overseas. I mean, it's a great opportunity for people that that want to see the world. That my experience, 4 years in the Marine Corps, I was probably in 10 or 15 different countries, or more. And so that was pretty neat. But it's definitely a challenge to be away from family and friends and people that you care about, and but you definitely develop a sense of camaraderie with people that you would go to battle for, and it's not people that you never, some of your friends in high school, they're going to come and go, but those guys that you meet in the military, or girls or whatever, you're going to meet them, and they're going to be with you for the rest of your life. They're true brothers in arms. But the challenges are, they can go from, being deployed into a war zone, or they can be, stateside to where you're away from your family. But there's many challenges.
Absolutely. And we know there's also a lot of rewarding aspects of being involved in the military, just being able to serve your country. And anything else you want to add to that as far as positive?
Well, I think it's very rewarding, obviously. It's something that, like I said, you can hold on to for the rest of your life. I know a lot of people, and such as Jimmy, you can go on and pursue a college career and a professional career, and it's a very good foundation to start your life on. And, with me, for example, I've continued to be in that type of path and work for the Department of Veterans Affairs, and continue to work and help with veterans and stuff like that. So that to me is very important, and continuing to be with that group of guys, that camaraderie.
Absolutely. So Jimmy, you're involved with high school students today. Give them some advice.
Well, like I said earlier, don't take the ASVAB test, easily. Just put some effort into it. Answer, the way it should be, the way that you've been taught, and whether you think you're going to college or not, take that test anyway. And just have an open mind about the military. It is, for some people, the way to go. I'm living proof, I guess you could say, that my college was paid for, and I didn't have to take out these big loans that you hear people, nowadays, they're just covered up with loans. And so this was a way to do that. And just adding to what Matt said, one of the things that you benefit from is just the relationships that you make while in the military. I think that's real important. That's something that you carry along. But I would say the relationships and the educational benefits and the chance to go places. And,
Right.
yeah.
I would add too, and there's obviously, and for those that don't know, there's a difference in, you have active duty, you have reserve, and you do have National Guard. So reserve and National Guard, you're given the opportunity to still stay at home, or stay wherever you want to. You're not gone. So you're able to maintain a job. You're able to maintain going to school. You can go to school and have it all taken care of. So there's a lot of, when a lot of people hear military, they think, well, it's active duty. And that's the way I was in 1997. I'd never heard of the National Guard, didn't know anything about it. And, went in the Marine Corps, and I was coming to find out that I was like, wow, I could have stayed here. But I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world, but like I said, it's, it's changed a little bit, but it's mainly 2 weeks, a weekend a month, and then kind of 2 weeks out of the year for their training. But it's well worth it, especially if you're going, into like a field that you want to pursue later. You can get your degree in that, or medical or something like that. You can be a medic in the Army and have it paid for, and have your college kind of under your belt, whether it's an RN degree or
Right.
LPN.
Right.
Plus, you can go to school while you're in the military.
Right.
You can take college courses, which would help you after you get out, and like you said, continue your career from there.
Right.
Have a jump start on it.
There's lots of good options. And I want to thank you both for your service to our country. Cannot emphasize that enough. And I appreciate you taking the time to talk with our students and just give them a little information about your background. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.